Welcome to students. In this video lecture we are going to solve one more problem from the projection of solids chapter under the category solid axis inclined to VP and parallel to HP. The current problem is the problem number 3 in our question bank. The problem is a square prism of base side 45 mm, axis 70 mm lies on HP on one longer edge which is 30 degree to VP, and one rectangular face containing this longer edge is inclined at 30 degree to HP. Draw the projections. This is what the problem, and here you can see one thing. The object given is a square prism and its dimensions are given as its base side 40 mm and axis height 70 mm. It lies on HP with one longer edge. So this square prism is having 4 longer edges. Out of this, one longer edge is going to rest on horizontal plane. The same time that resting longer edge is making 30 degree to VP. At the meantime, one rectangular face containing this resting longer edge is inclined at 30 degree to HP. So in general, these kind of problems we are provided with only one angle data, which is meant to be the angle of inclination of the axis with any principal planes. Maybe it's with HP or with VP. But in this problem, two angle values are given. You can see one thing. The actual environment is the solid square prism is going to rest on the horizontal plane with a longer edge. In the meantime, the rectangular face containing that longer edge is going to make 30 degree with the horizontal plane, and that longer edge is making 30 degree with VP. So this is what the actual resting condition of the solid. So here the two angle values are, one angle value is 30 degree inclination for the longer edge which is making 30 degree to VP, and the rectangular surface containing that longer edge. In general, in the case of a square prism, if you consider a single longer edge, this longer edge is contained by two rectangular surfaces. In this problem, among any one in this two longer edge, one longer edge making 30 degree to horizontal plane and the resting longer edge making 30 degree with the VP. So in this situation, how to draw this answer? Let's see one by one. As usual, we can start the answer with our XY line. Yes, where should be the base? This is what our first question. So if the solid is resting in this manner, as usual we need to make the axis perpendicular to any one principal plane. In this problem it's preferably with VP. So if you made like that, you can see the square base of the solid in the front view. So you can start the answer from the front view by drawing the base of the solid. From the front view. So here you can start from the front view. You can draw the base view of the solid. Here the base view is simply a square. And then next point, how to draw the square base in the front view, whether in this way or in that way, how to draw. So here you can look one thing. Actually the solid is going to rest on the HP with a longer edge, and the meantime the rectangular surface containing that resting longer edge is going to make 30 degree with the HP. So what you need to maintain is this angle, that is the resting longer edge, and the rectangular surface containing that resting longer edge should make 30 degree with HP. This is what the condition which will help you to decide how should be the base. So what you need to do is, you need to draw a square base in the front view by maintaining one base side of the square base should make 30 degree with the XY line. So this can be done by drawing a pilot line with a 30 degree inclination. And this is what our square base. With the given base side as 45 mm. And it's a square prism. The total number of corners in the solids are 8. As usual, I am considering the face is nearer to me and the base is far away from me when the observer is considered to be here. In other words, the base is nearer to VP and the face is far away from the VP. So alphabets can be named here and numerals can be named there. Since the base corners are hidden to the observer's view, I am giving bracket to the alphabets. And then identify the axis point of the solid by connecting the diagonals of the square. Now project each and every corner towards the top view. Including the axis. Now we can start to draw the lateral portion of the solid in this problem with some approximately 10 to 15 mm distance below the XY. I can start to draw the lateral view. The axis height given in the problem is 70 mm. So in this way I have to estimate. Now let me to highlight the base and face of the solid. Just draw. And in addition to that, you need to highlight the interior long edges also. First give the name, thereafter we can find out which are all the long edges are invisible. Here 1, 2, 3 and 4. Similarly A, B, C and D, and you have to highlight the axis also. You need to follow the dotted and dashed line format for highlighting the axis, and then the edge 2B, when you view it from the top, is visible to the viewer. So we need to draw it as a visible edge in the lateral view. And the edge 4D, that is 4 dash D dash, is invisible when you view it from the top. So in the top view, we need to draw the edge 4D as an invisible edge by the dashed line format. So this is nothing but our lateral view. Now, as per the problem statement, we need to employ the inclination given in the problem. One inclination given in the problem is the long edge which is contained by the rectangular surface which is contained by the resting long edge is making 30 degree to HP. This inclination is incorporated in the very first front view. And now the one more inclination given is the resting long edge should make 30 degree inclination to VP. That is, in the lateral view, we just drawn the edge 4D is now making 90 degree with the VP. This will make 30 degree inclination to VP in the next lateral view. So for that, I need to redraw this lateral view once again by fixing the edge 4D making 30 degree to VP. For that, I need to extend my XY line up to some extent. First, I need to draw a pilot line which is having 30 degree inclination with the VP. So I need to draw it 30 degree inclined to XY line in the top view area. Now this inclination is 30 degree, and I need to draw the projectors from each and every corners of the current top view towards the front view. And then projectors from the previous front view. The projector for the longer edge 4-D is comes along with the XY line. Now we can identify the cut points one by one, starting from A and A dash. I can log the point here, A dash, and B, B dash, B dash, C and C dash, C dash, finally D and D dash here, D dash. And for the face corners, 1 and 1 dash, here 1 dash, 2 and 2 dash, 2 dash, similarly 3 dash, and finally 4 dash. I identified the total 8 corners in the current front view, and then I needed to join each and every edges. Totally in this solid 4 base edges, 4 face edges, and 4 lateral edges are there. So totally 12 edges need to be connected now by following our regular rule. The rule number 1 is we have to join all outermost corners as visible edges, and point number 2 is we have to join all remaining face corners as visible edges, and finally we have to join all remaining base corners as invisible edges, and we have to decide about the lateral edges finally. Now by the first rule we have to join all the outermost corners as visible edges. So starting from this D point, A dash B dash, and the longer edge B dash two dash, 2 dash 3 dash 3 dash to 4 dash and D dash. So in this way the outermost points are now connected as visible edges. So we can have the count for various edges whether they are joined or not. The base edges available in this solid, the face edges and side edges or lateral edges. The base edges are AB, BC, CD and DA. Face edges are 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 and 4, 1. Side edges are 1A, 2B, 3C and 4D. Totally 12 edges are there in this solid. By following the first rule, now I connected the edge AB, the base edge AB and base edge DA. The BC and CD are not yet connected. And in the case of face edges side, the face edges 2, 3 and 3, 4 are now connected. The edges 1, 2 and 4, 1 are not yet connected. In the case of the lateral edges side, the edge B2, that is 2B is connected and 4D is connected. So the unconnected edges can be connected by following the further rules. The rule number 2 is you have to join all remaining face corners as visible edges. The remaining face corners are 1, 2 and 4, 1. These two edges has to be connected as visible edges. Let me to connect them as visible edges. And next rule is we need to join all remaining base corners as invisible edges. So now these two are connected and you have to join all remaining base corners as invisible edges. The remaining base corners are BC and CD. These two edges needed to be connected as invisible edges. With the dashed line format, I am connecting these two as invisible edges. And then the third rule is we just followed, and by following this rule the remaining base edges are also get connected. So now we totally connected 8 edges, and in the lateral edges side 2 edges. The remaining 2 lateral edges are 1A and the 3C. The visibility and invisibility of these edges can be found out by seeing this in the front. When you view these 2 edges from the front, you can easily decide. For example, now I need to decide whether 1A is visible or invisible. Just see this lateral view from the front. The edge 1A is purely visible to our eyes, so it's a visible edge. So now I need to connect the edge 1A in the front view as invisible edge. And about the edge 3C, when you view the edge 3C from the front, that 3C edge is just behind the solid, so it's totally invisible to our eyes. So the edge 3C, when we view it from the front, this will look as a invisible edge. So we need to connect the edge 3C with the dashed line format. Now the work is over. So this is what the solid given for us to draw. Try this answer with the proper tools in your paper. Thank you.